Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about the issue that has been seen during Honkai Star Rail version 3.0, and that is the excessive amount of yap that has been plaguing the game. So, yapping isn't really new in HSR, it's just that today, or in this version, it is really blatant or outright criticized. Yapping existed all the way back to Penacony, which is 2.0. Nobody batted an eye on the Yap in Penacony. I mean, I've seen videos starting from the version 2.0 Penacony saying that, yeah, this is peak, the story is good, but there is like an excessive amount of Yap that has been glossed over during that version. And with that being said, when the Yap was glossed over to that version, it is only then when it progresses through the different patches that we have, it became quite very noticeable. So to the point that when other gacha games, I'm not gonna name them, introduce their new patches and actually implemented better storytelling, HSR just got the wrong end of the argument, or they got kicked to the curb. Okay, that's just it. I played 3.0 patch story in a span of like 3 days. So the first half was me trying to unlock the Remembrance Trailblazer, and the second half is finishing the story. So that's like 1 day and a half. You do the math. But I remember I did it in the span of 3 days, and it's 8 hours. And as you all know, based on the video that I published, uh, I did it in Japanese audio and Japanese text. Okay, so I really didn't even experience fully the app because I changed the language to make it scroll faster. So I'm not in the better position to say that the yapping was worse or lessened compared to 2.0, but I've seen posts all over social media that the yapping got really absurd. And there's like an instance where you get the lore of the game through butterflies or something. I'm sorry that I couldn't speak much. Go to my VOD. I live stream when the time when I finish a story. I think I finished the story around an hour and 30 minutes. That's the duration. I don't know if it's expected to be that long, but I try to skip every dialogue that I can must find. So the yapping is more accentuated, it seems, and I think it's. I think it has gotten to the point that Hoyo is just being lazy. I think, and we, the players, are like we're scared because we know Hoyo won't listen unless you're their one of their products, Zelda Zone Zero, where devs actually do listen. But in contrast, ZZZ had a horrible launch, to be honest, and they did a whole rework of a game. Now, HSR, let's be real here, is now a cash cow. So if you notice, it's been leaning towards the Genshin route. Quite frankly, it's because Hoyo realized it's now the Genshin. Yeah, it's like they're not their new cash cow, so they can make money on HSR without doing any efforts. That's why Bellabog was so good, except for yeah, the Bellabog 1.0. I mean, is so good. Bellabog part. Then when we went to the Janjo, they they all went all they it all went downhill from there. Okay, so I'm just gonna say what I observed during 3.0, comparing it to Penacony now. So Penacony 2.0, it ended with Robin quote unquote murdered, and then at least the setting was in Penacony. 3.0 ended with March getting frozen again with six space ice, and that's weird. It all ignites the speculation that March's origin is in Penacony. I mean, who's to say? I can't tell. I read it in Japanese, but that's what I saw. March is being frozen again. At least in 2.0, you stick to Penacony throughout the whole story. But here, but I think by the end of when you kill the Spartan guy and he turns into that god thing, yeah, you go back to the Herta space station for some reason. And that reason is the Hoyo wants to sell the character the Herta. Because whoops, our the first character of our new version is not yet in the story. Quick, put her in. It felt forced. Okay, it felt really forced. It seems way off. I They could have done it like a side story, but then again, they're gonna be booking. They really booked themselves into a corner when they said all of the main story will be spread throughout seven patches. Okay. I see an issue on that. Herta, the Herta is like really forced. It's like she's here to sell a banner. 3.0, the Herta. We have to put in the Herta in the story. Yeah. So yeah, technically I'm yapping. Second problem is the one you're seeing on the screen right now. Black screen, white text. This has been prevalent. It's the thing of, I think what the phrase that they're trying to coin is they're more telling than showing. So it means they're not animating what is happening on the black screen, white text thing. Instead, they just put a cue card in. Yeah. And that is bad. It ruins the immersion. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are some gacha games that do this, okay? It's not just HSR, okay? I'm not gonna name some, but I know what you're thinking, what I'm talking about, okay? There are some gacha games that utilize the black screen, white text cliche. It's not just HSR. It's just that HSR is on a patch right now, and that's why it's being noticed, quite frankly, lately. I mean, they could have just animated it. The next thing that would correlate to the black screen white text is still images, and that it itself is another problem. So the still image that I can remember is Castoris, who's hugging something. I don't know. I don't know what she's hugging, or she's contemplating something. I don't know. Or what I saw Herta is like fisting the one in the parlor card, the Memory of Chaos lady. Yeah, those are still images. I wish they could have just made it into a cutscene. They have the budget. I mean, as I've said earlier in this video, Honkai Star Rail is the newest cash cow by Hoyo. And now that just proves they are lazy. They're becoming lazy. They're becoming Genshin. So last year, where we said Genshin could never, oh yeah, now HSR is falling into that trap, that pinhole, because they've been successful. And let's not sit and therefore we should not say Zenless Zone Zero is good now, because who knows, they're gonna be lazy on that game again too. Jesus. Okay. Another thing, another complaint I'm gonna say, the puzzles, especially treasure hunting. There's this one annoying thing when I'm treasure hunting where a creature suddenly jumps out of the portal and takes the treasure, and I have to rewind time, I think, to do this damn mini game just to get a treasure. It's so frustrating. I don't want to open treasures in Emporius anymore. Okay, that's why it's treasure hunting. Why make it bad? It's why do that? Why do you have someone steal your treasure? When I would appreciate it if you implemented mimics, but implementing a thief, rewinding time, and then potentially fighting that thief, that portal monster or something, and then he's not gonna give you treasure. You have to wait until he disappears, which is another animation, in order for the treasure that they stole to appear again. Somehow they made the treasure, opening treasure chests, really complicated. Why? Another puzzle I hate, the spear. I have to follow the spear. And then the hand. The goddamn hand. I was skipping through the story very good, and then poof, the hand. That giant hand. I have to build bridges. I have to pick up objects. I have to smash through crates. It's like every room when they have the hand, they have to do something that the hand can do. Okay? Another puzzle I hate, that night and day book thing. Okay? Maybe because I'm playing in Japanese, but I don't understand a damn thing, the concept of that. So, the night and day, there's some accessible areas available at the day, and some of the night you have to balance it out. And then there are some doors that are available during the day or during the night. Yeah, just made my gameplay really longer. I should have skipped a lot of minutes, but the puzzles really ate it up. The only puzzle I like is the triangle one, but then again, that is the I think that was introduced in the Shackling Prison, where you go through a scroll, or in the Janju in general. It was introduced in the Janju in general, where you go through this rectangle thing and go to the other side of the map. Yeah, so Emporius implemented that theme from Janju, but you have to solve a puzzle. The puzzle is fine, but you make it complicated. Ah, and I thought the clocky puzzles was worse. Were worse. But then again, I enjoy those triangles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my honest opinions. 3.0. I hope they do better because we're gonna get even more of this. Seven more, I think. Yeah, 3.0 to 3.7 is 8 patches. So we got seven more. Seven more to Light of the Constellations. At least at least you're not mint picking this time to get Eidolons. You get E6 really easily. That's a plus. It's your boy Harriet. Thank you for watching on my Yap. Goodbye.